All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here, we're live, we're taking your questions. So get them in the chat box wherever it appears on whatever device you're in. The wheel is back. We're playing the game of Snowboard. Ask a question, get a spin. We're gonna try to get through people's questions this week. We'll see where we end up. We were in the weeds last week. We'll probably be in the weeds this week. We already are. It doesn't matter. We're already behind. Okay, we're done. We're leaving. Goodbye. that's where we're at. Anyways, so we got that going on. Hopefully, you guys caught yesterday's top 5 underhyped snowboards for this season. It's a good video. Everyone seems to be enjoying the new layout of that. So, what do you think of the new layout of those top 5s?
I like them. I think it looks way better, not way better than before. It just looks a little bit more higher production value, in my opinion, and just clean, just nice and clean. Gets from one to the next, keeps you entertained. I don't know. I like it a lot. Ben's crushing it.
Yeah, Ben's crushing it. So we got that, and then starting September 1st, which is coming up, you'll be getting a review a day. You'll be getting your top 5s. You'll be getting how to set more of those how-to set bindings up videos because we filmed a ton of those, and you'll be getting boot breakdowns too. That's a new one for us this year. So we're doing some boot breakdowns for you guys. But yeah, you ready to dive into this, sir?
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to start off with letters. Spin it, hashtag sticker job, hashtag rumham, hashtag letters for all. No, you get to spray skiers, sir. All right, and letters again. Can I spin for other people? No, unleash full chaos. You already decimated your best friend. All he needed was the T to win a snowboard, and you crushed him. Yeah. Check your screws. All right, so we got a real question here from CJ. Yo, Angry Cheeks. I'm 5'10", 200 pounds, size 10 boot. Should I get a 157 or 159 in the S Pick Your Line on ink for smashing, charging, jumping, and spinning? Thanks. 59 for sure.
59 all day.
59. And then he follows it up with, so this is a twofer. Also, thoughts on the niche snowboards, Vikander, hashtag wheel go burr. I have not ridden that board, so I have no clue on that.
No.
But interesting fact, Erica Vikander, the pro model, the woman that it's her pro model, used to live on my couch.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So, but yeah, get that 59. Let's give you 2 spins, CJ. See where we end up. Well, the person above loses a letter, but that doesn't matter because, well, frankly, he's already won. But the person below gets a letter, and that would be CJ for the first spin. So CJ, I got you marked down. So you are up to SN now. All right. And then we go to the second spin for CJ. So you gave yourself a letter, which is good.
Hopefully it doesn't take it now.
Nope, but he did win a small sticker pack. Nice. So CJ, all you got to do is email us info@angrysnowboarder.com, and TC will get that in the mail sometime next week. Which, did you get all the prizes for last week out?
Not yet. They're sitting right there. They're right there.
Okay.
I just got to send it tomorrow morning.
Oh, sweet. So they're going out. Okay.
Yep.
So
they're going out tomorrow morning.
Yep. You guys will get those. All right. And then we got Slushy Shredder. New vids are absolutely wonderful. Thanks, dudes. Let's see what damage we can do to this poor man today.
We've already hurt him enough.
I mean, at this point, I don't think there's anything. I almost made a poll, be like, will Slushy redeem himself this week?
That would have been a good one.
That would have been a good one. Well, next question, it gets a letter. So that goes down to your Guitar One, who's asking, this the year of the Wired Community Board? Yes, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
It's done. It's sitting there. They've actually made a link on their website for it. So we've just got to, Rob and I just got to get that figured out and which way we're going with that. And we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, I got you down for, you got a letter. So, all right, let's see. All right. We got letters saying, join discard, no bananas, no Tourette's, fully boring. That's a lie. That's a lie. That thing is the most chaos. If this was the 90s and that was a chat room, AOL would have booted it.
Yeah.
That thing would have the feds keeping an eye on it and be like, we don't know what's going on, but we think it's terrorist activity. Ooh, spin again. You got nothing. And then Slushy coming in for redemption time.
Just give this man a letter.
Well, he gets to spin again. We'll give him a big spin. Let's see where this goes. This is what we do. Well, the next question gets nothing. So, the next question's from Ernesto 006. You're at the top of the mountain. There's a Gilson, a Donic, a Soul Stick, Pocket Rocket, and Neversummer. You have to pick one to go down. Powder at the top plus East Coast Ice at the bottom. Which and what? Well, you get nothing, so that question doesn't get answered.
Oh, that hurts.
That's just brutal, right? That's just how we do things around here. All right, we got Numb with the super chat. Gorb eats hummus on Wonder Bread. Gorb buys his hummus from the store, and he's from Egypt.
I don't know the last time I've seen Wonder Bread.
Well, the next question gets nothing. Let's see. Let's find one here. From S2000 guy. TC, you use an herbal essence? That hair looks silky smooth. Hashtag slappy cocoa.
No, I don't. Neutrogena, maybe? I don't know. I don't buy
whatever your girlfriend put in there.
Yep. That's exactly it. She goes, this is the good stuff. I'm like, sure it is. I don't know.
Whatever you got to tell me. Whatever you got to tell me. I don't know. I just use it. I'm a guy. That's how things are.
Yeah.
All right. We got Rough. The only guys I trust when I want to ride some new wood.
Pause.
I mean, you just ride us and no one else.
Are we doing phrasing?
Well, you lose a letter, Rough.
Did he have one?
He had an S.
Oh, okay.
He picked one up at the end of the day last week.
Oh, that is what happened.
Yeah. And then we got Piff. I have skill issues, so I had to tune in. Greetings from Europe. Well, thank you for tuning in. And that 7-hour time difference. It's nighttime there. Go to bed. Just kidding.
Also,
stay up. Click the links.
Speaking of Europe, we do have a new affiliate in Europe, Sideways. They're a super rad shop. They're building a second one in it'll be open in Holland on October 1st. So if you guys are in the Holland
where's
area,
the originals? That's in the Netherlands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then they only do snowboard stuff. So super core. Those people are amazing. I've been talking with them this week, and they got everything. Like, they are on top of it so hard. Like, I'll message them about a board, and they'll be like, "Yep, right there, boom, done." If you're from America and you need to buy something from over there, because they have it, they do free shipping, free imports as well for under 700 euros, and then you don't have to.
I thought the shipping was 800. It's
80.
It's 80 euros, which is 89.21. So it's 89.21 for shipping, but you have no tariffs if it's under $700.
It's true. Thank you for clarifying that. I got that wrong. And they also
free shipping in Europe, though.
Free shipping in Europe. No taxes for Americans either. So you don't have to pay like that giant ass tax that you have to sometimes when you buy that $700 board, and then it's like, well, there's $70 in tax depending on where you live. So it's like, okay,
yeah,
you don't have to deal with that.
The shipping is about the equivalent of the tax.
Yeah.
So, but if they have something you want that you can't get because it's sold out, that is now an option for you.
That is.
So, and we do have that affiliate link in the description.
Yeah. So go check out their site. It's rad. They got a lot of stuff up there before a lot of American shops do. So like as I've been going through, it's quite remarkable how much they actually have right now. Like almost all of next year's Jones is already there, Nidecker's there, Bataleon's there. So if you want to pick up one of those chameleons, they got it. I saw it today.
They have it, and then also I think Evo's got the chameleon or Blower. One of the two does.
B.O.A.R.D, I believe
B.O.A.R.D.
right now. I believe
But
B.O.A.R.D
yeah,
has it early.
It's okay. But yeah, and then which the chameleon review will be dropping the first week of September. I've got that scheduled already. So
Sick.
Yeah, I think that it. Yeah. I think pretty sure that's scheduled. So all I do is schedule shit and copy and paste links in anymore and thumbnails. I have no clue what I'm doing.
It just goes into autopilot.
We did get a reverse spin, so let's give this man a reverse spin. Well, there you go. See, it was worth it to tune in. You got yourself a sticker pack. So
Nice.
Make sure you email us info@angrysnowboarder with your mailing address, and TC will get that in the mail to you eventually at some point. I'm not sure. We might be lying.
2.
We're lying. We're totally lying. We've never sent any prizes out to anyone ever. Ever.
Never.
All right. We got Senior Kobe. Had to get some katanas for my indoor survival off a non-affiliate link, but wanted to say thanks for the recommendation. Well, thank you for picking them up. So yeah, we're all about that.
Mm-hmm.
Next question gets a letter. So let's go find a question and give them a letter. Let's see. I don't give a shit about that. I've already answered that in an explained video. Jesus. I want to give this man a letter just because it's Cam and he's a good dude. From Medium and Media. Yo, how we doing? I built a dry slope to shred my snowboard in the summer. Had to take a break to catch the live stream. Hope all is well with everybody. Less honking, more tonking. This man builds the greatest backyard park every year, just out there spending hours on it. I'm all about it. And then he drives up for Thirsty Thursday to hang out with us. Although he did get an icon pass this year.
Sick.
So, yeah, so we'll see him at Copper, which is totally cool. And I thought he was on this list, but you do get a letter. So where the hell are you? You're on here somewhere. Somewhere. Beeler. Remember, there's only one more week after this week to try to win the Snowboards. So but we'll get that on there. All right. Well, you got that S on there, and then we'll bounce back up here. So let's see. Okay. Got another super chat from Senior Kobe. Did the Yes Pick Your Line change at all this year? They put a better graphic on it.
Yeah, it's debatable.
Yeah, everyone wants to argue with that, but I'm like, I'm sorry, Space Turtle was not selling.
It wasn't.
Howling Wolf will sell to frat bros with squatted trucks. It'll sell.
It'll sell. I mean,
It'll
also just very dark in general. So, like, if you're far away, you can't tell. It just looks black.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I am probably in the minority on last year's graphic where I love the turtle and the whale on it and, like, the pink and all the colors. I love that. But, yeah, I think this year it's definitely more approachable for your average consumer. But nothing else has changed.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's get this man spent. Oh, next question gets a letter. Let's go find a question down here for someone. All right. From Jonah Childs, if you wax your snowboard with the binding still on, can that cause air bubbles in the base? No, but if you leave the iron sitting on it, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep that iron moving. That's the big thing. You don't leave it sitting in one spot. I used to work at this shop in Ellicottville, New York called Mud, Sweat, and Gears, and so like I worked in the snowboard department, but on the ski side, they were really big in like ski racing. And this fucking kid, I'm pretty sure he took his mom's house iron, and he was like, "Oh, it wasn't getting hot enough, so I just left it sitting on the ski with the bar of wax, figuring it would melt, and then he just left." And so like it melted through the bar, and then it melted the base, and he came in, and the bubble was like this high and like this big on it, and he came in with his dad, and his dad's like, "So I know we can't warranty this," and I was like, "Oh no," and so Miguel, the owner, so he's Spanish to begin with. His name is Miguel Azcarte. He wears pants. There's a whole story behind that one about balls in his pants, and I'll tell that at some point. But Miguel comes back, and he's like, "Timmy, what the fuck did you do?" It is not right. He's like, "We cannot warranty. Everyone, you think we can fix? No. Shad, you think we can fix? No. Well, you are fucked. We'll sell you a new pair, though. How's that? I'll give you 10%. These were like $1,200 skis. The kid had never skied them either.
Oh, God.
And I looked at him. I go, "Hey, on a plus side, you got a spare one for when you break one now."
Yeah.
And his dad, the best part was the kid's dad looks at him and is like, "You fucking dumbass," and smacked him on the back of the head in front of all of us. And I looked at him and I was like, "You're a good dad." And he's like, he is going to be mowing lawns till he graduates college to pay me back for this.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "God damn, you bought 2 pairs of skis in the same week." So yeah, just keep that thing moving. You're good there. So all right, let's see.
If you see smoke coming from the wax, it's too hot.
Yeah, and don't inhale heavily. It'll burn your lungs. Yeah. Don't burn your lungs. You'll end up like me. All right, we got Jack off beat. TC, what are you looking forward to most this season?
I don't know. That's a good question. Probably not
Radar
riding.
gun should have showed up. I have to go check today.
Ooh, that'll be fun. I don't know. Thirsty Thursday, I always look forward to that for sure, just because everybody's in such good mood. Even if the snow isn't the greatest, like it doesn't matter. It's always a really good time. But I think probably just like not having to ride 100 and some products this year, probably. Like
you say that, but
I know
I'm going to dump them on you, and I'm going to be like, "By the way, I tore my ACL. You have to carry everything."
Yeah, I know. I think about that where I'm like, yeah, looking forward to that, but at the same time, I'm like, that's a foolish dream, I think, because we're just gonna be like, "Oh, we got extra time. We could pick some stuff up." Like, it's like, oh shit, now we're in the same situation. But
why companies need 3-year cycles?
Yeah,
3-year cycles would make our lives so much easier.
Hell, I'll settle for 2 at this point. Like 2-year cycle would be great, but yeah, that
2-year cycle, but half the industry has to be on an opposite cycle, so that every year we're just rotating what we buy.
We got a nice stagger going.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always look forward to seeing what weird tech companies come up with, or it's like, that's kind of stupid, or nobody really needed a fix for that. But, it's always fun to see what their engineers come up with. And it's like, that made it, really, guys. Okay. Well, stuff like that. What are you looking forward to?
Powder days.
Yeah.
So many powder days. The fact that I have you now working for me, and that cuts down on my workload, so I might be able to actually sleep more. That's good. I don't know. I have a feeling, though, with like the way the economy is and shit, for a part of the season, I think we're going to get less tourists here. So it's not going to be as crowded. I think like if we start to have a good season, the end of the season will pick up, but I'm looking forward to that. And just the fact that like the big one that I'm really looking forward to, and I will breathe a heavy sigh when this is done, is the fact that we filmed and dropped off 217 reviews to the editor, to Ben. And that's there. And then we filmed another 42 top 5s, and Ben's got that. So all I have to do now is edit the how-to binding videos and the boot breakdowns. And explained, and that's so much easier for me. I'm like, like explain's easy. Oh, we're popping out 4 to 8 videos a month. I can edit those on a Saturday morning between 8 and 10 a.m. I can get those all done and be like, okay, that's a month's worth of content right there. And then I can schedule it on Sunday and be good to go. I think I'm also looking forward to, I probably don't think I have to ride as much this year.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
a little bit right. Well, I mean, I was going to say a little bit more riding for pleasure as opposed to work.
Yes.
For you, at least.
Oh, no, I'm making sure that you get pleasure days too.
Oh, I'll take those myself at some point. Be like, I just need it today. But yeah, get you out on what you want to ride more. I think honestly is what we should try to shoot a little bit more for. Like,
oh, it's raining.
Oh, I haven't gotten it yet.
It's coming down hard.
It's a good thing I brought my basil inside.
Yeah,
I saw it coming.
Don't want soggy basil.
I don't want no. I just trimmed it too, so it's trying to rehab itself. So if it gets pelted with hail, I'm screwed.
Yeah. Well, anyways, all right, let's get this man a spin.
I don't know. I'm ready for it to start. It's been getting cold at night. I get really excited when that happens.
Ooh. Reverse spin.
I saw some geese flying south this week.
Oh, they've been camping out downtown.
Yeah.
Person below you loses a letter. Who is below you?
Please.
That is Joe Gunn.
Okay. I was gonna say, please tell me it's not.
Because oh my god, that guy just gets beat up violently. And Joe Gunn has nothing to lose, so he's in a safe spot right now. So that's good. We like that.
Yep.
So you want to play this game? Okay, watch this. Put user in timeout. You get 24 hours away for doing low-hanging fruit comments. I'm getting to the point. If you do a low-hanging joke, I will block you now. If you're like, I like my never swimmers and clues. Ha 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 ha. I'm so funny. I'm like, oh wow, low-hanging fruit. Goodbye. You didn't fucking think. Goodbye. Someone just made a comment about like angry snowboarder loves clue bindings. Goodbye. 24-hour ban from the chat. Goodbye. Suck a fart out of my ass. Like low-hanging fruit. I'm sorry. I like jokes that make you think. So,
yeah.
Do better, people. Do better. All right. We got Joe Gunn with the super chat. I was provided a free white space powder snowboard in exchange for a video review. Will it be safe to take the board out on MLK weekend? You should only take that out on holiday weekends.
They make a powder board?
It's probably just a twin with a setback. It's a directional twin. That's probably what it is. Like, I know this is a troll, and this is actually really good because I'm like, they don't make fucking powder boards.
I was like, I thought they had one model.
Right? Oh my god. Too freaking funny. Well, you get nothing. And letters with the super chat. I said letters for everyone. You are for everyone. For taking letters away from everyone. Well, you would have gone bankrupt on that one. This is gnarly. This is really coming down.
Nothing.
Ryan Romana. I'm 150 pounds with a size 9 boot. I have a 148 ride board pig and twin pig. Would a 157 centimeter Captain Mercury work for me for an all mountain board? Yeah.
That's
Float
perfect.
really well in POW at your weight too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, if you're looking for a little more versatility, I think the 55 would probably match up to your weight the best. But a 57 is just going to give you better edge hold, and you're going to get better speed out of it and better POW float.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, you got the Avon tax, but you're not on the list. That would have been 4 letters you would have lost. That's rough.
Yeah.
All right. We got Himbo Slice. Thoughts on the new Bataleon Surfer? So they really overhauled it for next year. It's a completely different board. They got rid of the Surfer Limited. They like kind of merged them both together. So it rides different. It's not as damp as it was. It's a lot more lively, but it's also got like their rolled in sidewall, which if you know how like Ride does their slim wall where it comes down, a lot of that had to do with their former designer Michael Chilton. So the roll in sidewall, he's now designing for Bataleon. He took that idea, that concept over there, so it makes a tighter sidewall. The core profiling on that is very thin too. Like you look at it, it's a real different board. It's also got $1,000 price tag now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So you got to be aware of that. But I like the way that rides. It floats well in POW. It's more torsionally soft, so it's a little more maneuverable in tight trees compared to the old one. Like you wanted a little more spaced out. You can really get into some tight trees and rip on that. But we do have a review of that coming. And if you're on Angry Snowboarder VIP, the early review's up, which for everyone that is on Angry Snowboarder VIP, come the end of this month, 30th, 31st, whatever it is, that evening around, I think like 8 o'clock, 6 or 8 o'clock, that's the last written review for the early stuff. Then everything's been dropped on there that we've written. And then obviously the first, we start into the video reviews for you guys. Ouch, you lost a letter. And I think you're on here somewhere. I have to double check. I could be wrong. I never know. The list is the only thing that's in my life anymore that's consistent. The list tells me everything. No, does not look like you're on there. So you're safe. You're good. All right. We got Jack Off Beep. TC, what's a new angry segment video idea you want to create in the future you haven't brought up to Avon yet? Hashtag need O-A-R-D, hashtag eat skirt, hashtag skeeting in a yurt. That's a good one.
I don't know if there are any that I haven't brought up to you yet, but the one that I really still like that I did bring up to you last year was just tune shop cooking.
Oh, yeah.
And I still really want to do that. Oh, now we got rain. But I still really want to do that, where when I worked at Powder Tools, we had some problems with one of our employees, Curtis, that instead of putting his burrito in the microwave for 5 minutes, he put it in for 50 and started it on fire. So we had to get really creative with how we heated up our food from then on. So
wait, that's how you lost the microwave?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Curtis put it, instead of being 5 minutes, he put it in for 50, and it
and
just
then walked
roasted
away,
it.
didn't he?
Yeah, and he was doing a boot fit, and we are like, "What the hell is that?" And Curtis goes, "Oh, it's my burrito." And we're like, "It's on fire, Curtis!" And he like had to run back there, and unplug it, and put the microwave outside because the burrito is like just a black charred thing right in there. Like, so that's how we lost the microwave, and then it became like one of the guys that worked there last year, and like he used to be like park crew. He would bring in breakfast sandwiches for everyone for like $5. When I'd work there, I'd just kind of like graze on it, eating, and be like, okay, I got to do a boot fit. Not going to eat a breakfast sandwich while I'm touching people's feet. So I'd have to come up with ways to reheat it. And we had a fireplace in Powder Tools, and I used to just set it in the fireplace. Like Bernie would walk by, he goes, "Is that somebody's breakfast sandwich in the fire?" And be like, "Yeah, I'm heating it back up, dude." He'd be like, "Okay." Or I would take an iron and just put it on there and just walk away for like 2 minutes. And when I come back, it's nice and crispy toast, shit like that. Or you take a blowtorch if you want to heat up a bagel, just get it nice crispy on top, stuff like that. You can get really creative in a tune shop. You got a lot of heat at your disposal.
I mean, I used to cook toaster strudels in the footbed oven for molding the footbeds.
Yep.
I used to do that. And then we cooked something in the convection oven, and I want to say it was like a butterball turkey breast. It was like like a 1 pounder, and everyone's like, "You think this will work?" And I was like, I mean, yeah, sure. And you just like every 15 minutes, I had to go over and turn it back on to keep it going, to hit it with the convection. And we cooked muffins in it once too.
That'd be cool.
They were not good.
I could see that.
They
Kinda
were
a little
they
plastic tasting.
were not. They were oh. I definitely ate some plastic. That was not good. That was
Otherwise, we did. If you had a cold piece of pizza, you could take the heat gun
yes.
and you just hit it with the heat gun, and it just melts everything perfectly.
Yeah.
So if we get time, maybe we'll bring that one back.
I made nachos with the heat gun before.
Yep. Blowtorch and a hot dog.
Yeah, blowtorch and a hot dog. What was the one that we did the one time? We had like a broken boot dryer that was like it was just like the casing was cracked, but it still had the element. So we stuck it into a coffee cup full of water and put a hot dog in it and boiled it. It's again not healthy at all. Like not freaking healthy at all. Like we're the worst.
Yeah,
we're the worst. So yeah. All right, let's give you a spin here. Ouch. You lost a letter. You were up. Now you're down. This is how it gets you. It's an emotional roller coaster over here. You know? It's just an emotional roller coaster. We'll get you every time. John Gacy, can we see Baroness? No, she's sleeping. She's been weird today. I don't want to disturb her right now. So I'll give you a spin though. But I'm not grabbing her. She's just been being weird. So, but that bounced out. Next question gets nothing. Okay, well, we'll answer the question, but you still get nothing, Jack. When are you guys going to start boarding again for the year? A-Basin announced today that we should be riding early October.
Oh,
I mean, realistically, we're like probably at the earliest under 50 days.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So, yeah. All right. Okay, we'll take this super chat from Insulin 801. Yeah, this intro music gets me fucking pumped, dude. Yeah, good old YouTube. Or no, that intro music comes from StreamYard. I need to build a better countdown video, I think. For these. Maybe that's what I'll do this week. I'll put that on the to-do list. Reverse spin.
Yeah, those are big drops.
Spray skiers. All right. We got a spin for slushy. No, it's a spin for letters. It's not for slushy. You can't spin for other people. We don't know.
Slushy's below you, hopefully.
No, he's
Get
not.
one.
He's not. But the person above loses a letter, which is really sad because that's Jack off B. So is he the new slushy?
I hope not.
Oh
I don't wish that upon anyone.
But the person below gains a letter, and they have a super chat. So that's Himbo Slice. So, which you are back on page 3, I think. I'm working on it. There's too many pages in this shit. I need a producer. I need a producer. This is just bullshit. I'm working too hard here. I didn't sign up for this. I'm trying to be retired at 45, and it's not working. TC's going to run the show. They're going to wheel me out in my wheelchair, wipe the drool off my face. You know? Because that's where I'm at. Let's see. Because Smarty was on here. Did I not put him in here? Well, whatever. We'll add him. There we go. But he also asks a birdseed fund for the neighbor's deck. There's a whole story about that. If you ever want to get revenge on someone that pisses you off and they've got a deck, throw birdseed on it. And I don't mean like handfuls. Get the tiny stuff. Get all the birds out there. I got some shitty neighbors. They pissed me off. They're a restaurant. Their deck is now covered in bird shit regularly because I throw handfuls of birdseed out on it every day. Have fun with that. Now the birds are now so trained that when the people are sitting out there, they just assume that they're the ones that leave the food. So now they're swooping them while they're trying to eat on the deck. Don't fuck with me. I am not to be trifled with. Well, you won yourself a small sticker pack. Make sure you email us info@angrysnowboarder.com with that mailing address, and TC will get that in there. We got a PSA from our moderator, Jack Off Beat. Reminder, Thirsty Thursday is 2/20/2025. Be there or be lame. That's right, up at Ski Cooper. We'll have more information as we get a little closer to that. Patrick, help me decide on Shadow.Ban versus Mercury for next year. Flip a coin.
Yeah. You want something a little bit more lively? You want something a little bit more damp? Do you want
more
a white
damp
top
Shadow.Ban, more lively Mercury?
Yeah.
More snap that takes more to engage Shadow.Ban. Easier to engage snap Mercury.
You want a glossy top sheet or a matte top sheet?
Yeah.
If you want a matte, go with the Shadow.Ban. If you want a glossy, go with the Mercury.
It's thundering now.
I'll get that in about 10 minutes on.
Hey, you got yourself a small sticker pack, Patrick. Email us info@angrysnowboarder, and we'll make sure you put that mailing address in there, and you're good to go. All right, we got Chris A. Do you think you will be testing any of the new Yes boards this season? We rode Fridge Master Extreme, Airmaster Extreme, Pick Your Line on Ink, Pick Your Line. What else was in there?
Standard, all in.
Standard and all in, yeah.
Yep.
For right now, because they were all, and they sent the weirdest sizes.
They did.
I had to ride a lot of 162 wides.
Yeah.
That was not fun. So, yeah. So, all right. Let's see. All right, we got. Well, we'll give you a spin, Chris, and then we'll get to the next one. Ouch. Oh, TC loves you. Oh, next question.
Oh.
Well, all right. So the next question is from Diligently, so he asks, question, how does the Preorder compare to the Nidecker Beta? Beta is fucking stiffer all the way around. Yeah. Way stiffer. Like aggressively. You rode the Dart, and you've ridden the Beta, haven't you? Or the Beta APX?
Neither. Yeah.
No, did you?
Just a regular Beta.
Regular Beta,
Just
that's what I thought. Beta. So you know the difference between those two. Like, yeah. That's an aggressively stiff board. So.
Oh yeah, the Dart is made for carving, going fast.
Yeah, wide
not
open
so much
power. Wide open power, not tight. Taking that thing in the trees is such a fucking workout. Whereas, like the Beta APX is way more approachable for that. Mm-hmm. They're more well balanced boards, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and just so you know, sir, you now have S and N, so you got two. So, oh wait, we got to give him a spin, don't we? Yeah. Forgot. I'm all over the place today. I'm struggle bussing hard. right. The next question gets a letter that goes to Tim Hunt. When's the Bataleon Chameleon review? Drop it. Got a little excited there. Can you give a quick rundown now? Watch the top 5. That board fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's your quick rundown.
That's a quick rundown. That board fucks. The review, I think that one drops the 3rd or the 4th of September. So I think that's when it's in the first week. I know I've got it scheduled. And I want to say it's the 3rd, like it's on a Wednesday. Because
I think that one is the 3rd.
Because it's like it goes in, it's an arbor, then a capita, I think.
And then and then that.
And then the Bataleon, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that's how we do things around here. So we'll get it in there. But also, if people really start hounding me for reviews of specific things, I will literally move it to the end of the queue. I do not even care. Do not hassle me. Do not fuck with me. I'm not in the mood. I will move it literally to the end. It was funny 2 years ago before you worked with me. Some guy did that to me on a live stream, and he's like, "When's that review?" And I was like, "Oh, I got it scheduled." And he was just like, "Well, you need to move it up. You need to move it up," all through the live stream. So finally, I just said, "You know what? I will literally make this the dead last review of the year." He didn't believe me. I made it. That thing did not drop till March 15th. I moved it he's like, "You weren't kidding." And I was like, "Don't fuck with me. I am not to be trifled with." All right. We got Luke Stranowski. Cars suck. Stick to snowboards. You become snowboard mechanic? Put it up on the lift, get underneath and fix. Also, Luke doesn't like it if you can ask him if he can kickflip a classic car.
Yeah.
He'll send a video on our Discord of him like testing the steering on something old, and I'll be like, kickflip it. Kickflip it. Oh shit, dude. Luke, you just got 5 letters.
Big time.
That's a big one. Where is he? I know he's on here. You gotta be shitting me. W-B-O-A-R. Dude needs the D.
Oh.
Dude, Luke.
Hello.
Damn. Moving up to that big D in the sky. All right. We got Devin Giori. Been off YouTube for a while. Be careful, TC. The last angry co-host was kidnapped by a pack of bears. And I'm not talking about the animal kind either. Hashtag RIP Kevin. Hashtag Ride for Kevin Part 2. He was. He's at the Blue Oyster Bar in Chicago now. That's a Police Academy reference if no one catches that. Have you ever seen Police Academy?
I've seen it. It's been a very long time.
You know what I'm talking about? Like anytime they're like, Mahoney says there's a party and it's at the Blue Oyster Bar, and they show up and it's the gay biker bar, and the dudes look like they belong in Judas Priest or the Village People, and all they do is tango the whole time, and it becomes. So I've seen almost every Police Academy movie except for Mission to Moscow, I think. And anytime that they could put a reference to the Blue Oyster Bar, it was there. It just was like such a thing. Oh, remember to spray some skiers. All right. All right, we got letters with the super chat. Here for the chaos. Hashtag suck it rough. Poor Taryn.
Yeah.
You would have gone bankrupt twice this week. All right. This is a better one for you from Ethan List. Any info on Torstein's Capita Pro model?
Not a lot. They're not even really telling their reps about it too much. I know it's gonna. I've been told it's like gonna be a directional board, but how directional and really what it's gonna be, I don't know, for lack of a better term, made out of or like with in mind. I don't know.
You talked to Torstein about it though, didn't you?
Yeah,
briefly?
But like he didn't give me much. It was pretty much. It sounds like it wants to be like a Mercury mixed with like almost an aeronaut, but I don't know. Like he's gone through so many versions of it where before it was a twin board And now it sounds like it's going to be a little bit more directional for like natural selection. But like, I mean, even talking with Kobe and Dylan about it, they're like, nobody said anything to us. They don't even talk about it in meetings yet, like, because they're still unsure of it. The last time I talked to him, he said it was probably going to be a late release at the end of this year, one of those early release things or whatever, and they were going to make
So
like 100.
January-ish, probably.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still if he finally chose which one he wants, but like, I mean, you're the one who keeps sending me stuff on Facebook. Be like, you could buy one, and it could be like version X of however many they made of these things, but like, I
Yeah,
think
well,
it's going to
that's
be
his
more of that.
wife keeps posting in the community
Yeah.
buy sell page, like ridden one day snowboard $300, and I'm like, and they'll be like, it's a super DOA, and I'm looking at going, that's not a super DOA. I know that's not a super DOA. Like the base graphic is different. Like I'm looking at that going, doesn't have the three. It'll have the top sheet, but it doesn't have like the 3D inlay and stuff. And I'm like,
yeah. So I'm assuming it's going to be that Mega Mert construction or super construction that they have, where it's probably going to have some 3D in it, that sort of thing. But
yeah,
I have no idea really. I'm imagining it's going to be kind of soft though, because he's not a big dude.
You never rode the Media Blitz.
No, I didn't.
That was one of the stiffest planks I've ever, and they gave me a 49.5 and I couldn't flex it.
Really?
And the core profiling underfoot, I swear to God, was this thick. And then in the middle, it was like this. So they put like that negative core profiling, and it was full camber to get it to engage. And you couldn't. Like it took everything in me to just work that thing as hard as I could. So yeah. All right. Hey, won yourself a small sticker pack, sir. Make sure you email us info@angrysnowboarder.com with your mailing address, and we'll get that in the mail to you. So, all right. We got Allie M. Do I gift my friend a board full of stickers or is a blank canvas? I mean, I would do blank. But it depends on how sticky they're going to be after you peel them. You might be better off leaving it.
I mean, if I'm giving one of my friends an old board, I'm leaving everything on it. If you want it off, take it off. But it's a free board, so I would just give it to him the way it is.
It depends on the level of friendship, and it also depends on. So, like, I gave Kobe my old Mike Rankwit my story because he always wanted a Rankwit, and he's like, I just don't know if I'm ever going to get one. And I was like, you want mine when I'm done with it? And he's like, seriously? And I was like, you can fucking have it. And I had covered it with stickers over the top sheet to hide it because I was so sick of old guys picking it up off the rack or trying to talk to me. And so I ended up peeling everything off of it. And there was like 2 spots with some stickum. So I goo-goned it and shit and gave it to him. And he's like, dude, this thing looks so pristine. And because it had the urethane sidewall, it's like the top sheet was immaculate. And he flipped it over and he's like looking at the base. He's like, did you even hit anything with it? And I was like, there and there. And I go, other than the fact the camber really broke down and it's kind of clapped, this thing is fine. And he's just like, dude, I'm so fucking happy I own a Rankwit now. So yeah. I did that. But then like other friends, I'm like, you get it and that's it. And they're like, oh man, it's got stickers on it. Like I gave my friend Jordan that I grew up with, I gave him a brand new Rome agent. And I mean, before I gave it to him, I went and put a full custom sticker job on it. And that motherfucker put Sapient stickers on it. And I was like, why the fuck did you put that retarded, dumbass brand sticker on there that's out of business? That brand sucked. You ruined that whole sticker job. I gave you a non-kook ass looking sticker job. You fuck. I was pissed. So. You got to ollie some slow signs. All right. And this is probably the super chat of the day right here from Carpe DM. Thanks for keeping the vibes during the summer. # winter's coming. No, we don't deserve the thanks. It's you guys that literally show up to these live streams. We couldn't do it without you. The fan base is what brings the vibes and continues for us to keep doing this. If you guys didn't show up, we would eventually just be like, well, I guess we have to wait till the fall. So you guys that show up are the true MVPs. You're the ones. That's why we try to give away snowboards. That's why we try to make it about the community. It's not about us. It's about you guys. So thank you for everything. Seriously, that's fucked. $100. Seriously,
yeah.
Fuck.
Thank you, dude.
Thanks.
You get yourself your letters. We're doing that.
I'll give you a spin. Big old spin.
Are we doing the letters this week for $100? No, too close. Well, seize the card.
But he gets a reverse spin. And you got to spray some skiers. All right. And of course, we got letters with another one. Buy Resort Twin. Click the links. Hashtag suck it rough. Oh, next question gets a nothing. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right. We got Tank E. What size Mercury should I pick up at 230 pounds and a size 10.5 boot? 161.
Wide.
Yes.
Depending on the boot.
Yes.
I would still go wide.
Yes.
Because you're 230. I'd go wide. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. At minimum, you could mildly get away with the 59. 57, no. But the 59, you could get away with it as long as you don't have a chonky ass boot. But you probably want the 61.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Person above loses a letter. Person below gains a letter. Well, the person below is letters, so he's already won. He's out. He doesn't count.
Yeah.
And the person above is S01. So let's see if he's on here. I think he might be. I don't know anymore. The list must provide. The list must provide. Oh, well, you're safe. You saved yourself. You didn't have anything on there. Okay, let's see. What else we got here? All right. So we got this super chat from Cole Pappas. Heldar Pro or Union Ultras for the K2 geometric? Ultras.
Yeah.
The Heldar Pro will overpower it because it's essentially an ASIM wrap Astro. It's too much binding for that. I mean, it'll work, but I would go with the Ultras personally because the geometric's soft. You're going to jib with it. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Ouch. The person below loses a letter, and that's our boy MB. Where is he? I know he's on here somewhere. Oh, he's got nothing, so he doesn't lose anything. So, yeah. Okay. All right. We got T5 CNV. Last season, I had an issue with my new binding toe strap slipping down. What can I adjust to fix it? Select Pro M, size medium, size 8 dial. Oh.
Go to a smaller binding.
You're on that weird cusp. The only thing, if it's slipping down, if you haven't, you should have the dial on the side. If you can bring it down one more hole, do it.
Yeah, maybe make them as small as possible. But
yeah, with a size 8 in the medium, like
that's an H3 chassis too.
Yeah, that's H3, isn't it?
That's a big chassis.
Yeah, so that's the wider one, and you're in a dialogue. So yeah, you need to shrink your straps down as tight as you can, pretty much, to get them in there so that they don't pop. That's it. So yeah.
Or you could also look at getting a new toe strap. They have upgraded their toe straps as well. So you could look into not getting, depending on what year you had. I remember their older ones were just that big, bulky turd of rubber.
Yeah.
And if that's what it is, you could always look into that was a good one. Could possibly get a different toe strap on it that's either a Jones or a yes or now toe strap. That could also work if it's already as small as it can go. That's what I would recommend, because I have to have my ankle straps as small as they'll go on my bindings to get it to actually ratchet all the way. My boots are just so that low profile.
Dude, it was crazy when we put your boots next to mine and yours sit like an inch lower than mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiny boots.
Oh. The next question gets a letter. We'll do an easy one then. That comes from Jackie Boy. Got a yes basic on ink. Validate me, please. You are validated.
100%. That board rips.
Say 5 Hails Slims. Donate $10 to the Shred Foundation and then go ride. You're validated, my child. So there you go. And give you that letter. We'll give you a spin. Because why not? Because this is what we do around here. Oh shit!
Hey!
Damn. N-O-W-B-O. Damn, dude, you went from nothing to literally just needing A.R.D to win a snowboard. All right. Okay, we got S01. Rome Warden versus the Endeavor Live. Which would you pick? Warden. If you're talking the new 2025 Endeavor Live and Warden, it's the Warden. That new Live, the tip kick is seriously this high. Like it comes out and then it barely goes. It looks like it should be a border cross board, and yet it's a twin freestyle. It was like there's no tip kick. Like you hit anything in the snow and it just reverberates. That the Warden is so much more versatile. Such a better board. Yeah. Well, TC loves you. Get 2 letters.
That's right.
Yeah, you love our fan base.
I do.
They're the best. They're very loyal.
Yeah.
All right. We got Stay Anonymous. A snowboard in Colorado in the Pacific Northwest 50-50. Should I size for the Pacific Northwest and just learn to snowboard better for Colorado with a bigger board?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to learn on a bigger board and know how to ride that. And then when you go to more mellow terrain and lighter snow, you just have a better understanding control versus going to a smaller board that's going to sink in that. Like, frame of reference, when I lived in the Pacific Northwest, the board I rode the most was a 166 wide. And then I moved to Steamboat and my everyday board was a 56.
Yeah.
10-centimeter jump and drop down, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, when I go to the Northwest, I take the biggest board I have usually. So, yeah. Next question gets a letter, which is Dan Q. So Dan Q asks, just booked my trip to Japan next February. Super stoked. Can I get some powder board recommendations for my wife? Thanks a bunch, guys. TC, lay it on the man.
Bones, Hovercraft 2.0 or Mind Expander, depending on how aggressive she really wants to get there. Otherwise, I'm thinking like, you could go the Women's Ravine as well. Or I'm trying to think what's gonna be able to float, but even if you don't get snow, you're still gonna have fun on it. Like a K2 Cold Shoulder is also one I would go with. What do you got?
Super solid. So they do make the Endeavor archetype in women's sizes, and that's Swallowtail because that's a good 50-50 board. Like if the conditions are bad, you can still go rip a groomer on it.
Yeah.
I would also look at like the pencil from Karua because they do have a women's size in it in the 49. And that would be one that I would really, really consider. And if you can, the Nidecker Odyssey.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of options for you, Dan, for your wife. And if you're buying online, remember to click the affiliate links down below.
Yep. And then one more bonus one. You could go as a Ride Psycho Candy.
Yeah,
Little
I
bonus
thought
for you.
that too. So yeah.
Yep. Give an honorable mention.
Ouch. You got that Avon tax. So you gained a letter to lose it. Oh, man, that's a rough one. All right. Okay. So we got RJ Gould praying that Vail doesn't buy Mount Bachelor. So I don't know if you saw, Powder Corp is selling Killington and Pico, and Eldora and Mount Bachelor. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They said that they're keeping Copper and Snowbird, but they're selling those. But they will stay on the Icon Pass for now.
Oh, okay.
But
if they sold Copper, I'd be
Pico
so
is
pissed.
getting bought by a bunch of local investors. So I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Whatever. Eldora was a weird one. I was like, okay, I get it. I mean, Alterra will just buy it because of proximity to Denver. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So real nothing will change there. Bachelor's the one I would worry about. That's the one I would worry about. Yeah. So
I don't know. That might take way too much money for them to actually invest in new lifts and everything.
Bachelor should be pretty good with infrastructure.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I honestly, what I think will happen is Alterra will just buy it. Like they say that it's for sale, and what they'll do is, even though Powder Corp and Alterra are partnered, I think they have to so it's not a monopoly or whatever. They have to disclose that it's for sale, but then they can choose who they sell to. You know, it's politics, bullshit, and bureaucracy. Oh, next question gets a letter. We will go to Ethan List again. Would you pick a Ride Shadow.B.O.A.R.D or a Captain Mercury to be a daily driver and complement a Stratos? I feel like this is a question for you, sir.
I would go Mercury, but that's just because I own two of them. But I don't think you can really go wrong on either of those boards. They're so similar in my eyes, and it's a very similar rider to it. But like the Stratos, I think is going to be more similar to the Mercury in terms of feel, where they're both going to be a little bit more on that lively side than the Shadow.B.O.A.R.D is. So if you like a lively board, go with the Mercury. If you want something a little bit more damp that you can just cruise on, still pop a really good ollie on, then go with the Mercury. But like both of those are going to be nice and easy compared to like that Stratos when you're like, all right, we're just charging on this thing. Those two you can take runs off and just kind of relax. So we're splitting hairs there, but if you really like the way the Stratos rides, go with the Mercury. If you want something a little more damp, go with the Shadow.B.O.A.R.D. You got anything to add for that?
No, I mean, I own a Shadow.B.O.A.R.D. I would ride either of them. You own it. You own a Stratos. You've owned two Mercuries. That's why I figured it was a you question more than me. I'm like,
I really enjoyed that.
You've ridden everything, so I'm like, that's a TC question at this point.
I really enjoyed the Shadow.B.O.A.R.D I rode this year. I was like, I could ride this thing daily, no problem. Like, it's fun.
Yeah, I do think that the Mercury breaks in faster than the Shadow.B.O.A.R.D.
Yes. Yeah, that is a good thing to note as well.
Yeah, like my Shadow.B.O.A.R.D didn't start to break in until it had over 50 days on it, really.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's starting to break in. Whereas like a Mercury, I'm pretty sure I could break that thing in a week.
Yeah. And probably about that. About 10 days-ish, depending on.
That's what I'm thinking. About a week and a half. Yeah. Yep. So if I rode 7 days straight, 4 hours a day, I figured that would do it. So yeah. All right. Let's give Ethan here a spin. Well, the next question gets a letter, so we'll take MC Rures here. I was surprised to see the Pick Your Line on Ink on the underhyped list. Last season it was impossible to find any for sale in Europe, at least. They also didn't produce a lot of them because the year before didn't sell. Like, it was a very limited run, from my understanding. Was I'm talking, I think I heard the number I heard was 500 or less globally.
I could see that.
Yeah, so because I remember in March, Underground, I think, still had 2 left. They might still have one down there. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check because I think there was one this summer the last time I looked through the rack in there.
Yeah, I didn't even go to the rack last time I was there last week.
Didn't go upstairs, huh?
Nope, just got caught bullshitting. And I was like, oh well, I should have went upstairs, but whatever.
That's okay. I try to pop in there and just see what they've got. So if anyone asks, I can be like, oh yeah, just come on by and grab it or call them or whatever. So all right. Well, anyways, MC Rivers gets a letter. So he's got S, and we'll give him a spin for that. Pick Your Line on Ink is criminally underrated, though, in my opinion. It should sell more. All right, person below you loses a letter. Well, this dumbass is in 24-hour timeout, so I don't give a fuck. All right. My knees are cheese with the super chat. Looking good, boys. What I missed the past few weeks. How about a hair length check? Also wanted to thank you for the keep your dick beaters off my snowboard sticker I put on my mom's car, hashtag 380 chaos. So that's where I'm at. I shaved it all off, which the comments lately on the top fives have been hilarious about my hair length.
Yes.
And I'm like you guys definitely, and I'm like, God, I filmed that like 3 months ago when the reviews drop, like depending which order they go in, I'm either going to have like hair down to here, hair up here, or like just poking out under the hat. Like my hair grow, like I shaved this 3 weeks ago and it bald, and that's what's already grown back.
Yeah.
Like my hair grows super fast, and then you chopped off a couple inches too.
Yep.
So we got that.
I grew back pretty fast too. It's already down to my
going on. Top fives, how to set up binding videos, Slushy getting completely destroyed in the game of Snowboard. So that's about everything we got going on around here.
We had a couple winners. Have so many more boards to give away though. Like,
well, the next question gets a letter. All right, we got this one from R11 Bank Country 2025 thoughts. Mine just arrived. They mellowed out that progressive magnet traction, so you don't have to ride it so back foot heavy anymore.
That's nice.
Yeah, I was like, it's easier to turn it from the back, from the middle of the board back now. That's the big one. So, all right, give you a spin here. Next question gets a letter. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what we got here. No, we don't need to answer that. I want to take this one because it's just fucking funny. TC pronounces it bagel. Pronounce bagel.
Bagel? Bagel. Nope.
Bagel?
That's a bagel.
Bagel.
That's a bagel.
Bagel. I'm going to give him a spin because he's so close to winning. Well, he won a small sticker pack. So, Luke, make sure you email us info@angrysnowboarder.com with that mailing address, and TC will get that in the mail for you. All right. This is kind of funny from Himbo Slice. Just placed an order for a Bataleon surfer for $0. Their site has it priced at $0 right now. Hope they won't cancel it. It's probably priced at $0 because they don't have any, so they can't sell it. But
yeah,
hey, you know, if it's a $0 and you want to go do it, maybe I should order one.
Yeah.
If they charge you for shipping, they totally took an order then. Small sticker pack again. So that's two. That's two that you got. We'll bump you up to a medium. All right. And then we got my knees are cheese again. Why y'all hate stomp pads so much? Just because you can't put them on all the boards, or am I on some kook shit for having one? They're training wheels for the retarded.
I don't know. I don't hate on them.
Sure.
I have some on some of my boards, but
I just
I'm not
never
gonna put them on.
I don't think I've had a stomp pad on a board since 1998, maybe 99. Like at this point, I'm like, I don't need them. On top of the fact, what's the point? What is the point? So here's the other problem. If I put a stomp pad on like the shadow band, but I've got a binding that's bigger than where I normally would put it up against the back, it would fuck everything up. So that means I got to move it forward where I don't want it. So
Yep.
they like for binding testing it also, yeah. So no.
I put on
Whatever.
the skate
Use a
rails.
stomp pad, don't use a stomp pad. I honestly don't give a shit. I
Use a
don't.
crab grab if you're gonna. The foam ones
Yeah.
are gonna be what you want to use. Because if you use one of those plastic ones or even the metal studs, if you go to base grind your board, you're gonna actually dimple the bottom, or you're gonna do the opposite to your board. So wherever there's that pressure, it's gonna get extra grinding down. So you're actually gonna have like a bubble or a reverse bubble in your board,
Dude,
from where that hard stomp pad is.
My friend Zach used to be a store manager at Lone Star before Christie owned it. And this chick brought in some godforsaken, like mid 90s Burton. And she's like, I need a stone grind. And I looked at it and I go, dude, that thing's thin. And he's like, no, it should be fine. But she had one of those big ass, chunky, hard plastic Decines. I mean, it was like this fucking big.
Yep.
And when it went through the Montana, it gripped right where the stomp pad was, and it had so much pressure. It created a line down. So it wasn't quite to the fiberglass, but it was really close, but it made it clear. And so they're looking at it and they're like, what do we do? And the best thing I've ever seen, this old guy that was like an alcoholic, he just looks at it and goes, I got this. Grabs a blue Sharpie and just fills the whole thing in with blue, grabs some green wax and just waxes the thing. And he's like, she ain't gonna know. And I'm like, the fuck she ain't. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I mean, that board was probably 20 years old at the time, and it was clapped. It was time for a new one. But so. All right. Ollie, some slow signs. Okay, let's see. I like this one from my knees are cheese again. Another super chat. Who amongst the crew is going to be the first to pig slam a snow carny this Wednesday? Hashtag T6 is better. It's not a pig slam unless you do it on War Pig Wednesday. And you have to ride a War Pig that day. So you ride the War Pig during the day, then you go out to the bar that night and you have War Pig Wednesday, and then you can pig slam the War Pig. And I know a few people that are going to definitely tub thump some big girls. Those poor bastards. Those poor bastards. I don't know what it is. You ever notice that there's always that one snow carny that's like, they're morbidly obese, but for some reason they hook up with, like, they get ass like no other. And I'm like, God damn, someone fucked that? And you're like, okay. Like, I still think the best was, so my friend DJ and I used to drink underage at many bars in Ellicottville because everyone kind of knew us. And if we didn't cause problems, we could do it. And this was back when I drank. But one night it's like 2 a.m, or it's like 1:45, which is last call. And there's this chick, this War Pig, that was just hitting on my friend DJ. And to put it in context, DJ makes TC look like a strong man. That's how skinny he was. Like, same height, but probably 40 pounds lighter. And also looked like Powder from the movie Powder. That's how transparently white he was. He was almost albino. His hair was so blonde and thin. But anyways, so he's sitting there. And this chick, all night, she's been hitting on me, shooting him down. Finally, she comes up to him. She's like, it's last call. You want to go home with me? And he's like, no, I don't. Nobody does. And she's like, what's the matter? Are you gay? And he looks at her and goes, bitch, it's only gay if you push back. And she just like, like her brain just fried right there. And she just like stormed out. All of a sudden, she's like, I was hitting on a gay guy all night. DJ is like divorced with 3 kids now. But so fucking hilarious because we were like, did you just say that? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, that's fucking amazing on so many levels. Ooh, reverse spin. Jesus, spin again? Gotta crank it, I guess.
You gotta give her the beans.
Ouch.
Ooh, sorry,
Oof.
cheese man.
That's the wheel giveth and the wheel taketh away. And today it has taken away. Where are you? Are you on page 2 or 3? I can't remember. You're somewhere on here. You're somewhere. You didn't have many, but you had some. And that can't be on page 4, can you? Here. No, he's out there somewhere. I gotta find it. I could have sworn it was page 2. So it's sticking together. Let's see. There's too many names on this list. This is killing me. Because I know I saw him on there. I could have sworn I saw him on there. No, maybe he got removed because he went bankrupt before. Because he randomly pops in. All right. Well, anyways, he went bankrupt. Okay. Okay, look in this. So we'll take this super chat from David Mongrain. Looking to buy the Jones Orions for my Black Snowboard to Death gear. Nay, don't do it. Don't.
Mercury.
No.
Or Apollo. But
Mercury at minimum from Jones.
Yeah. The
Orion. Anything under that is not going to work. I mean, it'll work, but it's not going to be ideal.
Yeah. That ankle strap is so soft. So fucking soft.
Yeah.
It's the softest binding they make. We're just going to go out and say that. That's
the
softest one they make.
They even claim that it's not. And like after riding it, you were like, this is to be the softest binding they make. And I'm like, you've ridden everything they have, so I'm going to take your word on that.
Yeah.
Because I remember looking at it and going, is this the softest binding they make? Oh, I don't know. And then you rode it and you're like,
yeah. I mean, it has like an auto cant on the high back already that like just makes you get low on it. But like the ankle strap it's soft. It's comfortable, but it's soft. Like you feel a lot of that side to side movement going on. It's not super responsive heel to toe. It's pretty responsive when you go to the heel because you already have that forward lean, but like you're going to need some more for the Black Snowboard for sure.
Yeah. A lot more. So. Hey. Got yourself a small sticker pack though, David. So make sure you email us info@angrysnowboarder with your mailing address, and we'll get that in the mail to you this week at some point, so you can get some angry stickers to slap on that Black Snowboard to death. All right. Let's see. Where are we? Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Looking for questions. We're scrolling. All right, we'll take the super chat from Martin Hunt. I've been traveling for the last year. Realized yesterday I've lost a single Bataleon Astro somewhere along the way. Thanks for coming to me.
Oh, no.
You lost one binding?
Oh,
God. Dude, okay, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Email Bataleon and explain your situation to them and be like, I know they come in sets, but is there any chance you have one on warranty and it's this size? I will buy it from you or do something. Please. I love the bindings, kiss their ass like how you need to, but reach out because I guarantee you, if you tell them a funny story and you explain to them like how much you love the bindings, they might be like, we can probably help you out like in that situation. Worst comes to worst, they don't respond to you, you still got one binding left.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like, believe me, if I had one for you, I would just be like, give me your address. I'll just send you one. But I don't. Because I don't want to have one binding.
Or you go ahead and you just buy yourself a giant spiky stomp pad and you just rock one binding and Scott Stevens it the rest of your life.
You take cargo straps with screws, you drill a hole through it, and then you put actual screws and you feed it into your insert so you can just slide your back foot in.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. You got nothing on that. So
what do you get?
You got nothing.
Oh, okay.
We got Keon Ulmer. What's good? TC and Angry. Trying to decide if I should hit the Labor Day sale and go with the Rome Renegade or get a K2 Almanac. Both very different. Currently have a Yes Standard, Dance Hall, and Westmark. Since you got a Dance Hall and a Westmark and a Standard, you don't need the Almanac. I'll be honest, you don't. Mm-hmm. You're kind of covered between the Standard and the Dance Hall with the new K2 Almanac. So I'd say go with the Renegade and get yourself some old school manly camber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ouch. Lose a letter. That's vicious. Are you on the list? I thought you were. We'll check. You never know who's where and what and why. But yeah, we'll check. Maybe you're not on the list, but I thought you were on the list. I never know anymore who's on the list. The list doesn't even know that it's a list anymore. It's just a bunch of shit. No, you are not on there. Huh. Oh, okay. Well, then you didn't lose anything. You're good. All right. We got Luke Shanowski. How do you like that Arbor Westmark? You wrote it.
I did. It was a good board. I could definitely feel that thing's going to break in really fast. But like, if you just want it for riding like rails and more mellow stuff, like kind of staying more towards that park, it's definitely going to be a fun board for it. Like, it almost felt like a cheat code on rails where I really didn't have to lean that much to like tail press it or nose press it. And then when you just like land in between the feet, it really like cradles the rail extremely well. So it's one of those boards that could be almost a cheater board in my opinion, but it works, especially if that's what you want to do. If you're looking for something a little bit more big mountain or take it to the bigger jump line, bigger rails, all that stuff, you might want to look elsewhere. But if you just want to stick to that normal size stuff, go for it. It's going to be totally fine for you. Nice and fun. And it felt really catch free because they do have those fenders that kick up on it. So I never had to worry about getting like coming into the rail or going out.
He might win a snowboard.
He's
close. Oh. The person below you loses a letter, but they're not on the list. So let's see. Okay. We got Dan M with the super chat. God, we are way out in the weeds. We are like 40, 50 minutes back. Couldn't find the Rome Katana I got anywhere with an affiliate link, but I'm a Kababa. We call it the Kababa on Discord.
I like
devotee, that. Mostly thanks to you in the Discord. So here's some Kababa money. Thanks. Hashtag Kababa. Hashtag new gear is cool, but I'm still a peasant. We're all peasants on some level.
Yeah.
But yes. Person above loses a letter. Person below gets a letter. So the person above does not have anything, and person below is Himbo Slice. So we will give him an N because we're getting there. And he says, saw the Surfer review on Patreon. Would you have preferred the 162 for the deep days? Oh God, yeah, yeah. With the new flex on that and everything, the new Surfer, definitely want to go a little. You want to bump up in that for sure. I think I even say that in the video review. Like, yeah. You gotta be shitting me.
Shut the fuck
3.
up.
He's moving up to a jumbo envelope at this point. Like, God damn, dude ain't getting letters. He's just stacking envelopes.
Just stacking stickers.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. We got letters. Where's the bullet train review? Hashtag suck it Gorb on Patreon right now on Angry Snowboarder VIP. Spray skiers. All right, we got a super chat for my knees or cheese. Monthly check-in to make sure Gorb is still alive. Died in a freak pizza eating accident. Freaking bale of mozzarella fell on him and died and killed him. It's weird.
R.I.P. Master of Ceremonies.
Next question gets a letter. All right. Let's see. Oh, I like this one from Insulin801. If you could only ride one combo of snow/weather conditions, what would they be? Lay it on him.
Ooh. Probably POW days. Sunny POW days.
Oh, you want sunny?
Yeah, I want that day after like it snowed all night and it's just a perfect bluebird sunny day.
Is it warm or is it cold?
It's still cold, so you still have like good snow and everything. Like,
So it's still blower.
yeah.
Okay.
Just a sunny day where it just like it stayed cold. It didn't like soften up and get mashed potato-y or anything, you know. Just that peak prime time winter. You got 30 or 20 inches overnight, and that's it. It's you and like the highway's closed. That's what I want every day.
18-inch POW day, slightly overcast, high visibility, low wind with light snow falling.
Huh. Yeah, that's not bad. I was thinking about that.
18 inches is the magic number. I think anything more than that, you really end up struggling a bit more. And, you know, I just want, like you said, mid-season, you know.
Yeah. That dry snow. I don't want, like, wet, heavy stuff that I'm really working hard for.
Oh, God, like that 4-foot powder day at the end of the year at Copper?
Yeah.
God, that started out so good and got so fucking heavy.
So fast.
Oh, it was so much snow. Thank God I was on the Uber egg. So first off, it's full reverse and it's basically 3D, like it's full concave, unsinkable. But all I did was tugboat that thing all the way to the bottom, just going past people at like 2 miles an hour. And they're like, "How are you not sinking?" And I was like, "It's the board. It's literally the board."
I mean, that was the day I rode the Orca.
Yep.
She floats.
That was the day TC admitted to me that he wanted to hate it and he couldn't.
Yeah. I want to hate this board. I can. It does exactly what it was made for.
Yep. Unfortunate. Oh, hey, bounce back. You got yourself a sticker pack. Shoot us an email, info@angrysnowboarder, and we'll get that in the mail with that mailing address of yours. So make sure you do that, you know. Make sure you get that in there.
It was either between that or a warm spring slushy day, you know, like a park day. Something like that also. But,
yeah.
You know, rather have POW.
Let's see what we got here. We're looking for stuff. All right, we'll take this one from Done Living. Got to pick up some new gear since old gear was gilsoned. Oh, it burned.
It burned.
It burned. I love that that's like where we go with that. Like, got gilsoned. Oh, it burned.
It burned.
It burned. Had a war pig, a noob intermediate rider, thinking of a war pig again or a chameleon. Thoughts? If you're looking to turn more and you want to carve more, then yes, I would go with the chameleon. But if you're just looking to stay and progress from where you were and pick up where you left off, just get the new war pig.
Yeah.
That's where I would. That's where I would go with that. Did we got a war pig this year, right?
Yeah, I rode it. You got a medium. It's the first time I've ever ridden a medium.
You know what? Fuck it, dude's shit burned to the ground. It's a 51 medium. We got the medium. If that fits you, email us. I'll mail you that thing for you to ride. Fuck it. I'll give a board away today. I don't care, dude. Your shit burned. I know what that's like to lose shit. Fucking email us, info@angrysnowboarder. I will send you. I'll send you that, and let me know your binding size too. Maybe I'll send you a fucking setup, dude.
Yeah.
Like fuck it. Like your shit burned. Like let's just fuck it. I don't care. Let's give someone a board away. I don't give a shit. What's the chat's think? The chat down with this? Like fuck it. Let's give this guy a board. His shit burned to the ground. Let's give him a new board. You know? Yeah. Fuck it. Right? So yeah, email me info@angrysnowboarder. You have till Sunday night at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard to email me. If you don't, you're not getting it. You email me before that, I will get that to you. You know, but yeah, let's take care of you, dude. Like that sucks. So yeah, all right. We got S. Scott 1986. Got here late, had to put out work fires. Well, we're just talking about fires nonstop. Congratulations!
That could actually be a real fire.
Sales today. I got Astros. #free shit is cool. Oh, it sounds like they're updating their store and didn't put their prices back in.
Yeah. That could have been a real fire. He's a construction guy. That might have been a real one.
Yeah, literal fires, you know?
That could have been a real one.
Yeah, check your screws. Check your screws. All right. See. Oh, God. Okay. From Rye Guy, how similar is the Jones Mountain Twin Pro compared to the K2 Antidote? Flex-wise, they're not. The Antidote is stiffer.
Yeah.
Noticeably stiffer. And it's not, it doesn't have the chloride in the tip, so it's not as damp out there to killing off the kinetic energy. Like, same category, way different flexes. The Mountain Twin Pro is more approachable than you think. The K2 Antidote is like, it's a little more gas than brakes.
Would you say that the Ultra Mountain Twin, the previous version of it, was more similar to the K2 Antidote?
Still slightly softer than the Antidote.
You think?
A little bit.
Because when I rode the Ultra...
The other thing is I'm taking into account break-in factor, and that K2 fair. Does not break in right away.
No. But I rode I thought the Antidote all lead better than the Ultra Mountain Twin did.
Way more rebound out of the carbon in it for sure.
I thought the Ultra Twin was, honestly, in my opinion, it was a plank. Like that thing, when I rode it, granted, I think I was the first person
year?
On it. 3 years ago.
So the 21?
Yeah.
Or the 20?
21.
Yeah, that one was planky. Because 22, they changed it. They changed the core profiling in it again.
And I think
that's the problem. Like, this is where I'm at now. I'm like, what year? Oh, that one was a plank. No, that one wasn't a plank, you know? So,
but yeah.
But if we're talking the new Mountain Twin Pro to the new Antidote 2024 or 2025, it's night and day difference in the flexes.
Yeah, so 100%. I think they made the new Mountain Twin Pro so much more approachable than the old one was. But
yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. There you go. All right. Oh, shit. You got that angry tax. Fucking lose 4 letters. Oof. That's a brutal one. That's a brutal one. We're just over here, you know, just brutally murdering people. So, yeah, which it doesn't look like you're on there. So I thought you were, but maybe you're not.
I thought he was, but he might have went bankrupt before.
He might have, because when I redid the list, anyone that was bankrupt, I didn't put him back on. Because I was like, oh, this will make it easier for all of us. But yeah, so I thought he was, but maybe he went bankrupt that week, and then when I redid the list. I don't know. All right, well. All right. I like this one from Stan Smith. Do you think Blake Paul will get a pro model with Ride since he had one with Canoe? Theoretically, from what we were told, the moderator is kind of his replacement for the Hyper, his Hyper Pro model, even though he's been riding the algorithm a bunch. But that could be any number of things. He could actually just be riding an algorithm graphic on a moderator shape and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But from what our friend Frazier told us, who's the brand manager, this is basically he liked the deep fake but wanted it softer. That's why they made the moderator, and that was for him. So yeah.
Yep. Ride also doesn't like putting names on snowboards because it doesn't sell anymore.
Don't. Well, like the kink I've got back there, it said under the 155 on the tail, it says Jed Anderson in really small print.
Yeah.
So
well,
they're
then
like
on the
pro model adjacent, if you will.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, same thing with the Berserker and the Peace Seeker. It's like this big on
Claw
there.
belt's like, yeah.
You really have to look for it. Like the Canadian flag is bigger than his name.
Yep. Oh, you got nothing because you're not on the list. All right, let's see. I'm just scrolling down, trying to play catch up here. Okay, we got Tyler Silvestri. Americans are getting bigger, fatter. We need more XL binding options. My 2025 Force XLs are rad, but do you have any stiff XL binding recommendations? Hashtag Burton sucks.
That's fair.
Okay, so you can ride the Phantom or Phantom Plus from Nitro, because I think that'll fit up to like a size 13 boot in the biggest size. I think that's what it is, or it's a 13.5 in there. The bent metal solution, I think, will fit a 14 actually. K2 has stuff, but you're probably going to find those too soft. Let's see. Nidecker should work.
Ride's large, extra large.
Who does? Oh, Rome does, yeah.
Rome does, and so does Ride.
And so does Bataleon.
Yep, and so does Bataleon.
So you'd be looking at like the Atom or the Cleaver. So Cleaver from Rome, the Atom from Bataleon. You could do a Katana Pro to an extent, but you probably won't like it. That might have a little too much flex underneath for you. You're better off going with that Cleaver. Get that full wrap in there. I wish they'd bring the Atom full wrap back. The Ride A10 will come in an XL. I was just looking at the top 5 hard charging free ride bindings, and let's see what else.
The Stairmaster Extreme, does that come in an XL?
Airmaster Extreme.
Airmaster Extreme.
Well, it's the same chassis as the Jones Apollo.
Yeah.
So I think a 12 is a tight fit in those, though.
Okay.
So I don't think you want to go that route. They've got to do some retooling with that, in my opinion. Was it Flux? Is it the XV? There's one from Flux that's super stiff, and I think it's the XV or something like that, or the VX or whatever it is. It's like $500, or it's like $489, something like that. But that'll be wider in the chassis and it'll be stiff, but it's probably still going to be softer than you want. So, anyways, I give you a few options in there. Personally, I'd probably just go with the Rome Cleaver. That would be me. Because I know you can put a 13.5 into that boot or into that binding. So, ouch, the Avron tax. That's a rough tax.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really rough tax. So, all right. Okay, we got Chrome G TC. Do you recommend custom insoles? I have some alignment issues. Wondering if the $200 customs are worth it. I don't know what to do with my extra characters.
I would recommend it for sure, especially if you have alignment issues. That's just going to put your whole body right in perfect line. And as for the $200, I mean, they'll fix them if they don't feel right in there. If it's still uncomfortable, you can take them back and have them fix it. Like, they should be able to dial those things in perfectly for you for that $200 price point. Like, but I still ride mine. I absolutely love them still. Like,
Yeah.
I think custom insoles are the way to go. I mean, I know
For
you
some
ride.
people, no, for some people, it's 100%. I'm a huge proponent of that. Like, I've had them, I've not had them. Pretty much, I've hit the point where I'm like, well, the mines just do what I need them to do now,
Yep.
and that's why I'm like that. I've had full customs, and I've had ones that are good, and I've had ones that are bad. And the big thing is ask as many fucking questions as you can to the person that's building. How long have you done it? How many do you do a day? Like, what are we working with? What's going on? Do I pronate? Do I supinate? What are you seeing in there? Do I have, is one arch higher than the other? Are you canting my footbeds for me? Do I compensate for pronation or supination? Like, what's going on? You know, are you building up my heel to raise me up in the boot? You know, ask as many questions as you can. And if you don't feel comfortable with the person doing it, don't get it from them.
Yeah. Bring your boots.
Bring your boots. Bring your boots and bring your snowboard socks and wash your feet before you get there.
Yeah. Yes.
And make sure your boots aren't stinky and wet, dude. I had this fucking asshole snow carny from Keystone one time show up, and it's like 6:30 at night, and he's like, I want to heat mold my boots. And I was like, have you been in them all day? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I can fucking smell them from here. Get out. And he's like, you have to do this. And I was like, I don't have to do shit. And he's like, well, this is owned by Vail, and I was like, no, talk to my manager. Manager's like, what's the problem? And I was like, you smell the boots from here? And I go, yeah. He needs to wash his fucking feet.
Yeah.
Until he doesn't, I'm not putting those on an oven because all that's going to do is stink the whole store. Yeah. Dude and I were going back and forth, and he was starting to get lippy. Finally, he's like, you want to go outside? And I was like, yeah, I do. Let's fuck around and find out. And then he looked at my manager, and my manager's like, if he punches out and the second he hits the corner of the parking lot, he's off our property, I don't give a fuck what he does. I was like, let's go do this.
I had a lot of Australians come into like Powder Tools when I worked there, getting new boots and stuff. They don't wear socks. Even when they snowboarded, they didn't wear socks. This girl would, like, she was a regular customer. I'd always deal with her every single year. And every single year it was, all right, well, if we're going to heat mold your boots, I have to do it outside. And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, come outside with me. And I would like put them on the molder, and I'd stand there and talk with her. And she goes, God, does that stink? I was like, those are your fucking boots, lady. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. And her boyfriend every year would look at me and go, yeah, I tell her to wear socks, but she refuses. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, go pick out some socks. I'll give you 15% off. Like, you need socks. Can't do it. Even that, or I'd tell them if the boot was wet still and I know it's going to stink up the whole store, I'd tell them, like, yeah, you know what happens when we heat them up? All that water and that moisture drips in the machine, shorts it out, and then you got to buy a $1,000 machine. And they're like, oh, shit. I don't want to do that.
You got for free that cost $100.
Yeah. They don't know that. You just got to tell them.
They don't know that. That's the best
They don't know that.
I've never used that excuse. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. All the time. Be like, you're just going to short out my machine. It's not going to work. Come back tomorrow. Let them air out overnight. Something like that. Yeah.
Yep. Ouch. That's some bankruptcy. All right. Gunther Hines. Does the new ride kink fuck? Haven't ridden one since the purple and gold lower. I'm pretty sure that was a flat to rocker too. It might have been full reverse. It was close. It was either rocker in the tips and it was flat, or it was full reverse. But I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, no, the new ride kink fucks. Like, I'm actually gonna ride this all preseason till about Christmas, I think, and then I'll end up probably giving it away or something. But that's probably just gonna be my park board for the preseason. Like, that thing is awesome. So yeah. Person above loses a letter. Oh, that's a sad day for Luke.
No.
Oh,
It's
he
all
was
right.
looking for the D. Now he needs the R and the D.
Yeah.
And then the person below gets a letter, and that's our boy Joe Gunn.
Mm.
So he's back on the board, people. He's back on the board. And I love that he's like, have you reconsidered letting me keep my spare boards in your shower? Fuck it. Just send them. If you want me to give them away for you, just send them. I'll fucking throw them in there with the 50 other boards that are just sitting in there right now. For anyone that doesn't understand, my spare bathroom is literally full of snowboards and board boxes. Like that's my life now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is a really good question from Milo, and I love this. So, if you had a limited budget, say $500 to $600, and needed to replace everything, what, if any, items would you get new? So, right there, you take that budget and you drop everything you can into your boots. That's the top priority right there, right? You spend what you have to spend to get the best boot that fits your foot and fits your needs, even if whether it's a last year's or not. There's a lot of stuff on the market now. Going into like I got 500, 600. So let's say right away I just dropped fucking $300 on boots. That's gone. So half the budget's just blown on boots, right? So I got $300. I'm going to signalsnowboards.com and I'm buying a set of fix RB1s because they're 99 or $129 right there, right? Then I'm going over to evo.com and they're blowing out all their old demo boards. And some of those are going for like 125. And right there, I've got board, boot, and binding taken completely care of right there. $600,
Yeah.
I'm done. I matched that, but I maxed my budget out. I might even have enough money left over to get like an older, because I saw that Evo was selling goggles from like 2022 for like $40.
Yeah.
So I can do that. So like
I'm 100% with you on that. Getting those boots brand new. Yeah. Number one thing, do that first. But then, Signal still do their payment program?
They do.
I would also look into that. I would be
here's an Avern pro tip, right? So let's say you got to get outerwear too and everything. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to go look up reviews of stuff. I'm going to go to eBay and Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to pay for my boots. So let's say $300 is already blown out, right? Or $250, whatever I paid. Let's just say it's $200. So I got $400 to spend. I'm going to go on eBay. I'm an L1 outerwear guy. There is crazy deals on older L1 stuff, new with tags on it. I could get a pair of pants and a jacket for probably under 200. Just looking if I wait. Okay, cool. I got that taken care of. Goggles. I'm just going to Lost and Found and saying I lost a pair of black goggles. I can't remember what brand they are. Boom. I'm walking out the door with the most expensive looking ones in there. Oh, a set of Oakleys. Whoop, gone. Those are mine. In there, right? Gloves. I'm going to go pick up a pair of $25 Kinkos if I have to. In there. Yeah. But like board and binding, I'm checking Facebook Marketplace. There was a lot of people that started snowboarding in 2020 and 2021 during the pandemic and the lockdown and coming out of that. And these were a lot of people that are like, well, if I buy the best, I'm going to ride the best. They did not. And they got their ass handed to them. And there are fucking deals out there. There are deals. Like, well, and it's like up here, living up here, Torstein's wife literally selling a Capita Super DOA that he rode 3 times. It may have actually been the one he rode at Natural Selection. And she was like 300 best offer. I had just been like, I got 150 cash and I can be there in 10 minutes. I'll be like, done, over with. Either that or I would take my budget, after I got my boots and stuff, and I would put it into spins in any way possible to enter any contest that we do.
I want to get one.
Because let's be real, we're all a bunch of degenerates around here. But so fuck it. Or if you're in a situation like Done Living over there, it was like my shit burned. It went up in flames like a Goldson. I had a war pick. We have one. We'll give it to you. Like hit us up. Like we'll try to work something out. We do have a board here in Colorado. We call it the community board. It's a 155 Rome Warden that we just sort of we've been passing it along between people that are between boards. It's down in Denver with one of the guys, and he's like, I don't know who's getting it next. Someone will fucking end up with it. You pay shipping, it might just end up to you. You never know. Like this is how we do things. So, that's how we do it. So yeah. But you can boots will always be the big expenditure for me, Well. Oh, next question gets a letter. All right, let's see. All right. Well, the next question is Joe Gunn. Just throwing it out there. Sell one-time bankruptcy protection next week. No, that's not fair. We want full chaos. Next week is the final week. Shit's gonna get weird.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember that week where there was the wheel of meanness? It might return. The wheel
it might not.
Blood. It might not. The wheel.
My birthday week. We might
blood.
be super generous. Who knows?
This is actually a really good question from Nick Larson. Any boot companies out there that make boots for gorilla frames? I'm only a size 10, but my ankle bone is almost an inch higher than most others. In the past, I rode 10.5 to make up for it. Heel wedge under your insole. You get you get some custom work done, and you put a heel wedge, and then with the aftermarket insole that raises you up, and that's going to move you up. And then what you do is, if you've got a belt sander, if you just have an aftermarket, or you get a custom insole, you can grind the toe to the mid of the footbed down, and that'll lower that down at the toe while raising that heel up. Like you're the type of guy that needs custom work. Or the other option is, if like the natural J bars or C bars are too much, you cut the outside of the liner and you pull that foam out so it'll compress out, and then you get the aftermarket ones. Like you get something like, you can do a butterfly wrap, but let's say you just got that C wrap right there, and then you do that, and then you can cut that around the ankle and stuff. If you have a ski shop that does custom boot fitting and they work on race boots, those guys will know how to accommodate you.
Mm-hmm.
Check your screws. All right, we'll take this one from Desert Dude. Biden wreck for use on a 59 wide Libtech Dynamo and a 155 Nitro Dinghy, size 11, 210 pounds, have ride C8s, but the canting is not doing me any favors. Okay, so we know you don't like canting. So what I would do in that situation is I would get Roamer Bataleons, but you're going to have to pay a little extra. I think it's like 39. Well, it's cheap. So here's the funny thing. It's actually cheaper to buy the Bataleon footbeds than the Roam footbeds. They're like $20 cheaper on the Bataleon website. You buy the Bataleon footbeds that are zero canting, so they're flat, or maybe it's the Roam. One or the other. One or the other is cheaper, and it might be the Roams. I did this because I got some free Bataleons, and I was like, these canted footbeds are going to kill me. So I ordered the Roam ones, and they're a little thinner, but there's no canting in there. And then you do that. And those are anything that's ASIM wrap or full wrap between Roam and Bataleon, fully interchangeable. So you could do that. So you pay a little bit more, but you can custom fix that so you don't have to deal with that canting. You got any recommendations for this guy?
No, because Jones got rid of they got rid of their flat footbeds and they put canting on them for next year. So I mean, if you can, and
Nitro's got 3 degrees in most of theirs.
If you could find last year's Jones bindings, any of those will have 0 degree canting, except for the Surf Series Meteorites. Those do have canting in them, but every other one, Mercuries, those are all flat as for last year's. And I think some of the nows are as well. I believe. I think they were flat.
Yep.
But next year that all changes. They both have canting in them. Both brands do. So anything last year's from those two brands will also work for you.
Ugh. Hand slip there. I was like, yeah. You gotta pay the Avon tax. You're not on the list, so you're good. All right. We'll take this one from Michael Martinez. Currently have a 161 Capita Mega Merc for my daily interest in also having a park noodle board for small park and buttering thoughts. I'm 6'1", 250. Get a ride, kink. Get a ride, kink. It's camber. You've got the weight. Get it in the 55. It's going to flex the way you want. You're going to be very happy with it. Get a ride, kink.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's see. All right. Well, it looks like everyone agreed that we should give homie the war pig and
The board.
try to hook him up. So yeah. So hopefully he emails.
I mean,
us.
hopefully he does.
Yeah.
If he didn't, he's really kicking himself. Or he's really gonna be kicking himself.
He's gonna rewatch this Monday at 8 a.m. and be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I missed it by 12 hours."
Yeah. He's me bummed. Hopefully he watches it on lunch break or lunch when he's at work tomorrow, something like that.
Right. All right. We got I Eat Ants with the super chat. What are the nuances between a full camber with lifted edges, example, the Jones Tweaker Pro, versus minimal rocker on each end and no lifted edges, example, the Ride Bench Warmer? So he's talking about the 3D shaping at the contact points.
Yeah.
The big difference is, so like, let's say you're riding flat with either of them, right? When you go to roll that Tweaker Pro or anything with like a true 3D in there that rolls like that versus something that's got rocker, it's going to initiate different. It's going to have a smoother edge transmission. With that rocker, because it's lifted and it brings it back, it's going to steer more underfoot, but it's going to be a more abrupt angulation to get it onto the edge. And you're going to notice that with your entry in and out of turns more specifically. Like, you're going to notice that the roll is easier. You're going to be able to foot steer easier and roll it over. Whereas with this, you're bringing it more underfoot, but you're putting more downward pressure and torque into the board to get it up on edge.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything to add, sir?
I mean, you have the full contact point to contact point as well when you have that full camber still, where
you do get a longer effective edge.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Otherwise, yeah, you've nailed it. I mean, if you really want to go in on the Tweaker Pro, they say there's that little edge beveling spoon action. You don't feel that at all on that board. That thing is fucking aggressive. Like, might be the most aggressive board they make.
So the 51 War Pig probably won't work with homie. He emailed me, which is good.
Oh.
He's like, I had a 54. He's 240 pounds.
That's definitely not going to work. That's not going to work.
But he's only a 10.5 boot. So I think we got stuff that'll work for you, dude. Yeah. I got something. I got something for you. Don't worry about it. I got your address. We can make this work. Don't worry about this. So War Pig might not be, but I've got something for you. And we'll take care of you. We'll get you out there out there. You might not be doing volume shift again, but we'll get you out there. So yeah. So all right, let's give this guy a spin. Sorry, I had to check the emails. I was like,
no, good for him. Way to get back.
No, it's good that he stayed listening. So yeah, he's gonna get hooked up on this. All right, let's see. Ooh, I Eat Ants loses a letter, and he does have stuff. Oh man, you had snow. Now you have S.N.O.W.B.O.A.R.D. Oof.
Now you just have snow.
Snow. You got snow. You went from snow to snow. All right. Now we got a super chat from My Knees Are Cheese. $10 to get TC to unbutton the top one. Let's see some neck. Hashtag is this worse than being a stripper?
I actually did this top button today because I was like, last time I did a top button when I was wearing a long sleeve, everybody was bitching about it the whole time. Makes me feel like I got OnlyFans or something.
Thunder Feet.
Thunder Feet. Yep.
Thunder Feet on Feet Finder.
Thunder Feet.
Thunder Feet. $10 is too cheap. $10. Can't sell yourself short.
No. I know what this neck is worth.
Check your screws. All right. Okay, let's see. Where are we? I think we're kind of catching up. All right, we'll take this super chat
I think
from
we're getting
AZ
there.
Rider. Currently riding a Capita Outer Space, living for preseason park, and a Capita Mercury is my daily driver. Anything else you recommend, or have I covered all the bases with that? Thanks for the reviews, conversations. It might be time to get a full powder board or a volume shifted like party board. That's kind of like where you're at with that. That's the two categories I'd look at. But other than that, I think you're good. I'm not going to give you board
That's
recommendations.
exactly where I'd go.
Spray skiers. Anyways, guys, we just hit the 2-hour mark, so we're gonna call it. I think that's where we need to be for the day. Thanks for sitting through with us. One more week of the game of Snowboard for the Summer Stoke-a-thon that we've had going on. If you want any stickers from us, make sure you email info@angrysnowboarder. Make sure you put your username and your mailing address, so that way we can get those out in the mail to you. And, nobody might have won a board this week, but we did give away something to a dude that lost everything in a fire. So, hey, what the hell? And he's been a regular on here, so I know he's not trying to lie to us, because if he is, he'll break his leg on the snowboard, because that's the karma that goes out this world. That's how things roll around here. But anyways, don't forget to check the cultural mystery link of the week down below. And then there's also a link to Tribute Board Shop's latest vlog that they put out. Some real cool history on old board shapes. And they talk about the Sims X wedge that was made by Lofo up in Canada. That board is absolutely amazing. And it was like one of the coolest things I've ever ridden. And it had built-in canting with ribbing in it. So the board would naturally flex, but you had this canting of 3 degrees. It was really cool. It was like super good. But just some like history knowledge in there. So you guys should definitely check that out. I think that's really cool stuff and you'll enjoy it. We'll be back next week. Last live stream of the month. And then September, things kind of change for live streaming. We'll still be doing it, but the wheel goes away except for one day a month. We're just working on some new stuff. We want to try to answer more questions and kind of talk more, and maybe we'll have some guests, who knows. But anyways, thanks for everything, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.